This technology update is brought to you by global BPO provider DDC FPO, who recently announced the launch of a new technology product called DDC Sync, which is an enterprise application that consists of a mobile app with smart OCR for in-cab BOL data capture. It also features a web portal for real-time data visibility for terminal and operations management. Today, I'm here with Richard Greening, Global Technical Director for DDC FPO, to hear more about the solution. Richard, thanks for joining me today.
Isaiah, thank you for having me.
So Richard, for those listening in who may not be familiar with the technology, can you tell us a little bit more about DDC Sync and its purpose?
DDC Sync is our mobile suite of tools that really started with our smart capture solution that's designed around the driver being able to take a good image of a bill of lading and then upload that in real time back to their terminal or to us for processing.
Thank you for that explanation. As we all know, this isn't the first time we've heard of digital capture technology. So can you tell us how your technology stacks up against other mobile apps that are trying to do the same thing?
Obviously, the high success rate of the quality of the images we get, and how we do that, what we call that is intuitive capture. The other apps that are out there on the market that our clients came to us and asked us to try and use for them were really more designed around capturing skeleton data by allowing the driver to type in data. And if it did have the ability to snap an image, it was there more for historical record or a point in time reference to make sure what the driver has entered is accurate. Whereas ours is very much designed for the driver just to be able to snap that image, and then that image can be processed in the back office.
That's great. And I assume all of this depends on the strength of the cell internet signal, which makes me wonder, what happens if a driver loses receptions or they hit a dead zone?
No, it's a very good point, Isaiah. So that was one of the challenges we pretty much had when we were putting this app together. So obviously the obvious answer is we store the image offline and then it reconnects in the background so that the driver doesn't have to worry about any of that stuff to upload the image when signal gets restored. The bigger challenge is what happens when a driver takes a bad image in a dead zone. So what we ended up having to do is we had to build an OCR engine into the application itself so that when the driver takes the image, we can do some character recognition to see if the image is good, if it's light enough, if there's any blurring, and if it passes that, then obviously it's ready to be uploaded. If it fails, it can be rejected, and the driver can then retake the image. A lot of companies, or most people, would think to do this using a cloud OCR engine. The challenge, as you said, is when you're offline. So what we didn't want is the driver to be halfway down the road and then be pinged that there was a rejection, and then they've got to scramble for paperwork. They won't deal with it until they get to their next stop. So we wanted that instant rejection so that the driver doesn't get frustrated. So we ended up having to build the OCR engine into the device and get that to work in a way that's really efficient and doesn't slow the driver down.
Yeah, I can see how it would ease a lot of frustration for drivers to know right away whether the capture and upload are successful. So with that, it's obviously important for companies to ensure that drivers actually use the technology. What do you recommend companies do to make sure that drivers adopt it?
The cost for adoption or change management in the business comes at a cost, right? So whenever we meet with our clients, they're doing a tally on, what the adoption process will be, and they'll be figuring out a number in the background of what that's going to cost based on the number of drivers and the time it will take. So what we did is we built in a full gamification system, and there's different flavors that we can apply depending on what the client wants to. The one that's been most successful is kind of our retro arcade 70s and 80s, like the Pac-Man Space Invader type theme, and how that works again is it's scoring drivers on taking good images in real time. So what it does is what we do is we link the drivers to their dispatchers. We make the drivers the dispatchers almost like team managers or team leads, and they're responsible for all their drivers. So and they get a score based on how good the image is, but they also have like a reward section. So based on things that they do well or things they do bad, they get additional points or they get deductions, and they get little tips that come through in the app to try and prompt them to do it better next time and then succeed for their team. And so that goes up to dispatch level, and then you can pitch team against team or dispatcher against dispatcher and really have some fun with it. And say with the clients we've rolled it out to so far, it's kind of been a bit of bit of a breath of fresh air, I think, with amongst all the stress of last year. So it really is turning something that is a sort of labour-intensive and cost-effective chore into something more interesting and fun.
I understand that DDC Sync also includes a portal feature. Can you tell us the purpose of that portal and the benefits of it?
So we actually believe once that image is taken, it's probably better than the original build, because the original build could be altered or tampered with in the time it takes to get back to the terminal. What we're doing is digitizing a snapshot of the second the goods are being collected. And that's really now where the portal comes into play. So as you said, asked me earlier how quick that happens. It happens instantly. So that could be used as a live system tracking for the drivers to see where your drivers are. That could then work as an independent check against your TMS system. Because all the bills are there instantaneously, it could be used as a bill management system. But I say mainly the purpose we use it for really is to help train the drivers. It's there to be able to prompt the gamification, prompt the other parts of the system that ensures that you're getting good copies of those freight bills.
Thank you, Richard. It sounds like an exciting new tool for your users. For those listening in who would like more information, where can we send them?
Best starting place would be the website. So ddcfpo.com/DDC Sync is the microsite specifically to this product.
Thank you again, Richard. This technology update has been brought to you by DDC FPO. You can find this update and more on tv.freightwaves.com.